okay. That
Okay.
was the last thing. The last visit, everything was fine, and they understand they have to review it every year, something like that. So
Okay. All right. So
I
KG,
have
go ahead.
a question for Raj. The manure handling, are they going to compost it on site, or are they going to dispose it off?
On site, so according to our
On-site compost.
conversation, it'll be on site.
On site. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Jay.
So I just have a question. So given, I know it wasn't a major issue with the animals before, and they decreased the flock size, and it looked like there might have been some bullying, some maybe health-related issues, which probably are not present anymore. But given the proximity to the wetlands and some, we've been trying to work through this for a while. In granting a variance, is it possible to grant it with some sort of stipulation, or even outside of the variance itself, where we got permission from the owners just to go in and do like a check occasionally, or more than the annual inspection? Is that something that's done? Is that even feasible? Does it even make any sense? I'm just
Mr.
throwing it
Chair,
out.
I can answer that. We definitely have the authority, right? If we have any concerns, right, with the health of the birds, or even with the maintenance of the coop, we can do that. So I mean, if you want us to keep an eye on this, we can certainly do that. That should not be a problem.
I would just throw it out to the rest of the board and see what you folks think about that. Because it sounds like they have everything that they need right now.
Unlike the food inspection where we schedule twice a year or something normally, and then whenever their complaint happens, but on the inspection of animal sheltering, do they do it regularly, or they do only when there's a complaint comes in?
Mr. Narayana, there is a requirement of one inspection a year, from the state, so.
Okay.
I mean, besides Ashland, right, we submit all our reports to the state of the inspections with our,
Right.
animal permits.
Okay.
So
But
yes, at least one inspection a year,
Right. If we do more of them, keeping it, are we isolating these people, or is there a reason for us to add more to them? That's one thing that we need.
Just the concerns with the health of the chickens, right? Like,
Okay.
I mean, when we went this time, though the smaller chickens have grown up, like in a month, they are bigger now, but there's still some feather loss, that they had, right? Again, if the board wants, it's not, but like for us to check, just to make sure, given what we have seen, and it's approximately, I guess, 6 months we have been working on this property,
Sure, as long
with
as
this situation,
as long as they're not overburdened by extra
No.
visits. But
Right.
there is a purpose for us to make sure that it's a healthy community of birds there, so that's fine with me.
Thank you.
So would it look like, instead of the annual inspection, that maybe somebody goes out there just, one time in 6 months from now or something like that? Yeah, because I agree too. I wouldn't want to overburden anybody either, and I wouldn't want to treat anybody any differently than anybody else.
Right.
But I'm still kind of new to I have a chicken coop. We have, fortunately not had any problems, but I know that some people can have issues with them.
Right.
Dave,
Sure.
Any thoughts on that?
I totally agree with you, because basically we need to make sure that you have a healthy population of the birds there, and then they're being taken care of well. That's all. Yeah.
I second that. I think it's worth checking in on the well-being of the animals, but also given the location of the close proximity of the wetlands, and the decision by the owners to compost the manure. I think it's probably, in this particular case, warrants a semi-annual inspection, if only on just those two issues. I don't know if there'd be any other issues but that's my opinion.
Okay, Barbara, do you have anything to add?
No, I just agree with what you guys are talking about, like, more frequent checks, like, twice a year, not just annually, just in case, just making sure, like we said, the health of the birds, and just making sure that the amount they have is still enough for the space they have.
Right.
Raj, I have one more question. Do we know whether we have any other chicken coops in the similar situation here with close to the wetlands? Are there any existing ones?
Mr. Narayana, we are dealing with another one, right? So this is on West Union,
So this is the first one that we're giving a waiver to? Is this for within the 100-foot buffer zone or whatever that?
Yes, it
I mean, I guess we might have another few variances, but I'm not sure. I'm sorry, we can check that and get back to you.
No, I don't need this, but I just wanted to make sure that whatever we are imposing here, similar rules may have to be applied for others to make sure. But
Sure.
in this case, there is a prior history of how the birds have been present.
Yes,
so
it's
that's
more with the
probably
health of the birds, right?
right.
Like that's all we are concerned,
Yeah, in the short run, I think there shouldn't be an issue for that. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So it sounds to me like what we're saying is maybe, we grant the variance and within 6 months, we go out and just do one more inspection, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to continue like that into perpetuity. When they re-up the variance, the permit next year, it would be the same as everybody else. Does that sound about right?
That's fine.
That sounds good. That sounds good to me also.
Okay,
Yes.
so Mariana, can I explain to you what we just went through so that you're clear?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so what we're talking about is granting the variance with a typical annual inspection would be, of course, once a year. Animal control will come out and inspect because of some of the issues that they've had on that property, which were not huge, but there are some. For this first year, we'd like to inspect twice. We'd like to go out within 6 months and do one inspection and then do the 1-year inspection. And I'm sure things will be fine, but just I think that will make everybody feel better. Is that
okay?
And
So
at the same time, if there is, sorry, Donna.
I'm sorry. Just to be clear, we did the yearly inspection through the state, the one we were there last week. So we would need one more, not 2 more. We just did the inspection.
okay?
Right.
So
I mean,
so it would just be one in 6 months from now, and then
Yes.
okay. Right.
And then if your inspection reveals that you need more, then that'll be added on based on what the conditions are.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm good with giving the waivers. So do we need to explore explicitly state the waiver, or we can just say that the waiver from 100-foot is enough?
I think that you'd be granting, let me just.
If you can elaborate on the
exact
law, I will move that one.
So the waiver, let's see, the waiver would be for the for distance from the property line. So under 25 feet, they're actually 12 feet, and then distance from the wetlands, they're 68 feet. It should be 100 feet. So they're waiving property line and distance from wetlands, and then we're also putting in that stipulation of an inspection in 6 months from now. So if somebody would like to take that,
I move that.
Okay, a second, anyone?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye, KG.
Aye.
Aye, Barbara.
All right, good. So that passes. So Mariana, I think you're all set.
We are all set. Okay, so anything, just let us know. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I
Thank
see
you.
6 months then.
All right. Have a good night. All right. Thanks, everyone. So now it is time to review and approve the 2025 Board of Health permits pending receipt of all required documentation. And Raj, do you want to just let us know if all the required documentation that's something that we need to discuss, or how you would like us to go through doing this? I know they're in groups of types of permits. and I myself need to abstain from the animal permit, and I think KG, you have to abstain from another one of the votes. So,
Correct.
Raj, I'll give you the floor to.
Mr. Chair, yes, thank you for that, and we can do, column wise or all together, either is fine, we can do retail permits, and then once we have every documents, right, we'll issue permits according to that, there's still, and we still have time, right, they are due December 31st, our permits don't expire till 31st, so we'll issue permits once we have everything from our establishments. Just about approving it, it's your call. If you're gonna do it single, with, or you want to do it together.
I may suggest that we group the food ones together. The grease trap is that it's there also. The grease trap is coming too or no?
These steps will be coming next month or next
Okay,
to
so
next, so
all the food ones we do first, and excluding New England Hindu Temple, and then whoever is allowed to vote, go ahead and vote on it. And then we'll do the animal one, except your chicken coop, I guess. Is that what you were worried about, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And where is yours that you are?
It's under New England Hindu Temple. It's in the end, I guess.
Oh, it's at the end. Okay. Yeah.
I
so-
know it's in the end. So we can just group that all the food permits together, except the New England Hindu Temple.
Okay. So the food.
And then
that
all four of us can vote on that if we need to. And then you take up the New England Hindu Temple separately and then vote on it. And then I will abstain on that one.
Okay, so then the food permits are including the retail food permits, the food establishments. Not and then were we doing tobacco licenses or
Yeah.
separately? So what I would say is we approve the retail food permits, the food establishments, the residential kitchens, which is on the next page. So that's all in one fell swoop. Does anybody want to take that? So that's retail food permits, food establishments, and residential kitchens. Do that one first, all three of those.
Is that New England Hindu Temple included in it or excluded in it?
I thought you said that was at the end.
No,
It's-
that's also part of it. It's part of the
Yeah.
food establishment. So if you're
But
going to include on that, I cannot even participate on it. I can't even move on it. So
Okay, let me
Uh,
find where it is here.
it's under N.
Well, it's
Like
yeah,
that.
so it's under food establishments in N. But we have a quorum without UKG, so I think
Yes,
Yeah,
we
that's
can-
fine.
That's true. Let's do these without KG.
Okay.
And get them out of the way. So if it would just be, Dave, me and Barbara voting on retail food permits, food establishments, and residential kitchens. Does someone want to make a motion to approve those permits?
I will make a motion that we approve the retail food permits, food establishments, and residential kitchens as listed.
Okay. Do we have a
Okay.
second?
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Aye.
3 votes. That passes.
So
Okay, good.
I'm recused myself from that.
Oh, okay. So KG recuses himself from that.
Yeah.
Next.
It's the animal shelter permit, right?
Well, we have tobacco licenses too,
Okay,
and septic installer permits.
sure.
Yeah. So why don't we do the 3 of those, 3 more. We'll do tobacco licenses, septage hauler permits, and septic installer permits, and we can all vote on that.
Say,
Tobacco-
I move that.
Okay, excellent. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, great. That is all 4 of us. And then I am going to abstain from animal and equine permits. So if someone would like to make a motion to accept those permits, please do.
I move that.
Seconded.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor?
Yep.
Aye.
Okay, that's 3 votes. And I think that I think that's it, right?
Mhm.
Permits, okay. All right, great. Okay, so Raj, you are up with the health director's agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So first was the state inspection for our vaccine program. This was on November 20th. The state came out to check our vaccine program, right? They do this 2 years, every 2 years they do inspection, So there's a couple of items we need to address. One was there was ice accumulated in our freezer. So they asked us to defrost it, so that's what we did. We have to transport our vaccines to Hopkinton. That's our Stanley site. That was there for like 3-4 days, so we defrosted our freezer, bring them back. Dr. Ron kindly signed again our documentation because he's still our medical director for our vaccine program. So he did that, so that was one more requirement. We have gotten new data loggers from the state that we are in the process to install. I guess we have a virtual call with the state tomorrow to install them. So that's just we keep the temperature logs. Every morning and evening we check the temperatures of our vaccines, both the refrigerator ones and the frozen ones. So that was it. Mom Taste at Hanto Restaurant, we have granted a co-sharing permit to Mom Taste. They're gonna be making some sauces at the Hanto Restaurant. So we granted that. And Santo, from last time they was on the board meeting, they have submitted 2 audits inspections by a private contractor, and they're gonna do another one this month. The next item is the Dollar Tree. We do had a complaint about mice, rodents at the Dollar Tree, though currently we don't have a food permit at Dollar Tree, given the exemption by the state. I guess this was like 3-4 years back, a little before maybe the state or the food program has come up where commercially packed food is sold, right? They're not gonna need a permit from us, right? So the Dollar Tree was exempt under that, but based on the complaint, we have to go in, and the management voluntarily closed the food section for Dollar Tree. They was closed for almost a week, and Tom went back, and then we reopened them. But that was voluntarily closed by them. So that is now solved. Similarly, we do have some pest issues on Speedway. That's again at Pond Street or Route 126 that we call, right? Definitely some rodent activities on Pond Street or 126. One reason might be the construction there. So, but with Speedway, we have some other issues also. A couple of times we went in, the food manager was not present. We are still working with them. We have a fine of $600 to them so far. But still there are a couple of items that are still pending that we have to verify. Either me or Tom will get going on this week or next, so I'll keep the board posted on that. Regarding the housing cases, Chestnut Place apartments, they are definitely better at the dumpster area. I do have a $200 fine once after the board meeting that we have them last time here a month or so back. But after that, it's better. But I did got an email from them. I didn't have an update on the 3 pending housing cases. The email stated that they're still working or looking into those matters, and they'll be updating us. So that'll be pending item for those 3 housing cases at the Chestnut Place apartments. 137 Pond Street, we was back at the Worcester Courthouse, myself along with our building commissioner Doug, our receiver for the property, Mr. James Cotter, still have to do it. This is just a software.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. And the last thing, 1060 Main Street, the 40B project with the town have received an application. So we did had an internal meeting, with our consultants, the town have hired for the project. I have submitted our comments, right, that we discussed last time. The comments that came from DEP, EPA, along with, we have asked for an IPM report, that's integrated pest management report, given the growing rodent population in the town, right? Then asbestos abatement, lead abatement, and a dust mitigation plan while they're going to be demoing once the project get going. So that's the update for 1060 Main Street that we have from our side. And last thing, we missed that it's not on the agenda, right? The communicable diseases, usually we update the board on that. So we currently have 4 TB cases open, and then we dealt. We are working, last meeting it was there, and then we have submitted our comments to our consultants. Not too much time, I will say, but yes, a little bit here and there, yes.
All right, thanks.
I have 2 questions, if you don't mind.
No, please.
One is, I'm sure probably 137, there's nobody living there, right?
So, Mr. Narayana, that was the problem, right? So there are 2 gentlemen, living, one Mr. Gary, right? He's in the camper and he's living there from the time we have condemned the property.
Oh.
In December 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the elder brothers, Mr. William Nasios, right? He habitated one of the vans. There's a blue van right there, right? He been in the van for approximately 6 months now. So when last month we got the receiver, right? We have this concern because there was a power line that they have got it in from the property to the van, right? That definitely condemned building, very unstable building. We had concerns, and that's why the judge have issued,
right. Because I'm not aware of the background. Probably goes back a year before my arrival into the board, I guess. Probably that's why I'm not aware of it so much.
True. I guess it was December 28, 2022 when we have to condemn the building.
Wow.
But
then where are these people being housed, these 2? Are they being moved out or they being?
So what has happened, right? So the gentleman, Mr. Gary is living on the property, so he's trespassing it. He have no rights to the property, okay, right? So, but Mr. William Nasios and his brother George Nasios, when we condemned the property, we provided them accommodation in Red Roof in Framingham, from the town side.
Okay.
It was over 2 weeks that we paid for it, and then Mr. William Nasios, who is the elder brother, he's eligible to get accommodation from the state, DMH, but it was, I guess, Dr. J, you was there too, right? When we went to the Red Roof Inn.
So they're safely accommodated somewhere else. That's good.
I mean, so not right now. I won't want to give you wrong information, right, or to the public, but it'll be more with the receiver, right? So it's gonna be taking care of that part,
Okay.
Mr. James Carter, who's an attorney, right? Because right now he is the
Handles it.
caretaker or of the property, so. But like their safety is very, very important, so I
Sure,
mean,
definitely.
all that is done because of that, so.
Right. The other thing is the rodent population is up because of the climate change everywhere. So that
Absolutely.
needs to be addressed quite, whether there is, the temperature goes up, then everybody has this issue. So it will be more frequent for you to find out that there'll be more rodents. So watch
I'll
for it.
agree with you 100%, but like we have not seen this in Ashland, definitely new thing in Ashland, right? I mean, though I'm with the town almost 4 years, but like I came from Watertown. Watertown have one person just for rodent control right now in the health department, right?
Wow.
So they hired somebody last year just for rodent issues, so that like
Really?
one of my concerns, like I don't want like Ashland to be like that, so
You can't help teach the rodents. We have to manage it.
true, we need to control it, right? I mean,
Right.
given the construction and all that, right? Like I mean,
No,
I mean,
the climate
100%
change
is
itself produces more population of it. So it's more of them. So
absolutely, sir, and 100%, so beyond that, but we're definitely seeing more and more of it, so
right.
I guess I have 4 open cases on Route 126, so maybe 4, yeah, 4 right now, right? So they have opened.
Yeah, Tom should be more cautious about it too, to make sure that he monitors these things in the food establishments.
No, we do a wonderful job, so yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Any other questions, please? No.
No other questions, Raj? Okay, thanks, Raj. Next agenda item is the consent agenda. Hopefully everybody had a chance to just look at that. It's only budget reports. No minutes this week. So does anyone want to make a motion to
So moved.
move to approve the consent agenda? Thank you, KG. Any seconds?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, that's 4. Thank you. Future agenda items. I know I have one, and Laura, if you could put this on the next agenda, just I could give a RAM clinic update for 2025. It won't take more than 5 minutes.
You had said that last one. Sorry, it didn't get on.
Oh, no problem. In fact, it's better, I think, to wait until Ed Berman's here, because then we can both kind of chime in. So it worked out well.
Okay.
Anybody else have a future agenda item? No? Okay. The next meeting date, it is stated here to be January 7th, 2025.
Right.
And if there's nothing else, I'm assuming there's nothing else. Does anyone want to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, any seconds?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, excellent.
Thank you, Jay.
Nicely done. Sure.
That was a
Thank you,
colorful meeting.
everyone.
You did a good job.
Thank you
I
very
know.
much.
Good job.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Happy
right.
holidays.
Happy
Yeah,
holidays,
yeah.
everybody.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays
Happy
to
holidays.
all.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for all you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye-bye.
You too,
Thank
Raj.
you.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye.
Night, everyone.
Bye, Laura.
Good night,
Bye.
Laura.